Welcome back to You Live. It's 6:30 on a Monday, and that means Lily Richards from Unity Books has come in to tell us about the book she is reading at the moment. How are you doing, Lily?
I'm good.
Before we get to the book, we're talking trivia, and you have come in with a doozy, if I may use a bizarre word that my dad might use occasionally. What's your trivia?
This is my favourite piece of trivia, just because it's so weird.
Yep.
I can't remember, my partner and I were having a conversation at one point about ravens, and he was like, did you know that there are 7 ravens at all times kept in the Tower of London? Like, this is real.
Yeah.
In modern day London since the 1600s, and they've been kept there because there was a prophecy that if there weren't seven ravens kept in the Tower of London at all times, then Britain would fall.
Wow. And it's still going on. But the best is that, hang on, there has to be... No, 6 are required, and then there's a 7th in reserve, so that if one was to fall, they can throw it in there, so that there's always 6.
Yeah. I love that. Think about it. Like, if you were the Queen, and you'd be like, this is a weird superstition, but it's been going on for so long, you wouldn't want to be the person
No,
that
you
was
don't
like,
want to...
be done with it.
Upset the commoners. Just, no, you have your birds. It's
Maybe
fine.
that's what happened with the London riots. Maybe two of the birds got ill.
Yeah, carked it, and then all of a sudden the youth in Tottenham just went, oh, I'm not having this. I'm going to go steal a TV.
I've been counting the birds in that yard.
Go on, mates, let's go have a riot.
Where'd you riot?
Oh, well, that's fantastic. You really couldn't have done a better job with that trivia. On to the book. What are we talking about?
Right. Do you want to go, Murray?
Yeah, let's
we do.
All right. So this is called Under the Banner of Heaven. It's the story of violent faith which founded America, or which was one of the founding religions of America.
Yep.
In the 1900s, so it was in like 18...
It's very recent as far as religions go.
Incredibly recent, yeah. And it's Mormonism, so some of you might be familiar with that. I was familiar with it, but I didn't have a great understanding. I knew it existed.
Yes.
I knew
That's
that
cool
were
to say.
Mormons.
Mormon. It's a great word.
Yeah. But so they're also called, or the bigger title is the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Oh, okay, yes. Putting 2 and 2 together now.
Yeah. And there's a split. Now, this book is really about the fundamentalists. They all they all came from the same place, which is this guy called Joseph Smith, and you can try to get a more regular name. How big was that, Joseph Smith?
It's not L. Ron Hubbard, is it? It's just a normal, everyday working man's name.
Yeah, but he's a legend, nonetheless. And so this sort of book starts with his journey.
Yep.
And he was, one of my favourite parts about him is that he was like a money finder. So back in the day, there wasn't all that much money around, but there were a whole lot of dead people and scattered belongings.
Oh, no.
So one of the professions was that you'd go and like dig for money.
Grave robber.
Basically, yeah. But to help him do this and to find where money was, because it's obviously not just everywhere, money doesn't grow on trees.
No, it does in the ground, apparently.
Under the earth, yeah. He had a peepstone. He was initiated into this thing called this peepstone. And the best, it gets even better, when he was taught to use the peepstone, which is just this kind of special looking but pretty regular stone.
Yep.
He put it into his hat, and he put his face in the hat.
Yeah.
And that was then when he got these visions of where this money was.
Okay.
That was also how he later translated these scripts that he was given by an angel that came to him in his dream, that became the Bible of Mormonism, really, these gold-plated tablets.
Yeah.
So he's your founder.
So he created Mormonism on the back of looking for money. I'm not going to speak, I'm not going to say any more than that.
He used a similar technique to find money as he did to find God.
Oh, okay, cool. And
Or
so
to
that's
translate
it's a
God's
pretty. I mean, was he a good money finder? Was it accurate?
He's a great money finder.
Actually,
no, I lie.
Oh, he's a terrible money finder.
He's a terrible
He never
money
found
finder.
any money.
He found any money, but he did find God.
Jove, did he find a religion?
Yeah.
Wow.
He dug that up good.
So he creates Mormonism, and that's
visited by an angel.
Visited by an angel. He's the only one who can see the peepstone and read the scripts and read the gold plates.
I think other people could see the peepstone.
But they couldn't read the peepstone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so Moroni, this angel, comes to visit him, and the story of Mormonism, which is laid out, Jon Krakauer, the author of this book, who also wrote, which you might be familiar with, Into the Wild and Into Thin Air.
Emil Hirsch goes up to Alaska to just live by himself. That might know the movie.
Yeah.
That one, same book.
Gone.
Yep.
So he's a really good investigative journalist who has a taste for kind of getting deeper inside the personal elements of stories. And he talks about Joseph Smith's relationship with this angel, Moroni.
Okay.
And he also talks about, because basically what Moroni says to him, this story of Joseph's experience and what Moroni, transcribes and gives to him in these golden tablets, that becomes their Bible.
Yeah.
Which is an utterly confusing text. But it's something like they have this kind of ancient Egyptian clash between the good brother and the bad brother, a bit like Romulus and Remus.
Okay.
But the bad brother wins out, and he's black-skinned. which is why Mormons go on to be particularly racist until like the 80s.
Yeah.
And the good people, the white people, obviously, pure-skinned, are all wiped out. But Moroni, I don't know how they regenerate, but they do, because clearly
there's a lot of loose ends and a few holes you can pick.
Loopholes in the basis of Mormonism.
So that's how Mormonism was founded. We're going to go to a song, but when we come back, we'll sort of crack into what the book talks about, the hardcore sect of Mormonism in the States,
we'll talk about
Salt Lake City and that sort of thing.
Fundamentalists